I couldn't believe my eyes. Right in front of me was my husband, Daniel, who shouldn't be here. Wait, hold on. Why is Daniel here? Am I seeing things? Why is he in New York in the first place? In a hospital in a neighboring state. He was supposed to be on a business trip to Boston. But that wasn't the only thing that shocked me. Next to Daniel sat a mother and child, snuggled close. Daniel smiled gently at them. To anyone else, they would seem like a happy family. But I knew the truth. That man sitting there is my husband, not the husband of the mother and child. The bizarre scene right in front of me was my husband, sitting cozily with an unfamiliar mother and child. I couldn't just ignore this. With raging anger, I slowly approached them from behind and spoke up. My name is Natalia Brown. After graduating university, I joined an advertising agency as a new recruit. I got married at 28, and it has been 7 years, which makes me now 35. I gave birth to our daughter Charlotte when I was 30, so she's about to turn 5. Fortunately, she's been growing up healthy without any significant injuries or illnesses. Daniel, my husband who works for a regular company, has always been busy. But in recent years, his workload increased. With overtime and weekend business trips becoming the norm. As Daniel's time at home decreased, Charlotte gradually began to feel uneasy around him. "Mommy, is Daddy coming home early today?" As I was cooking dinner, Charlotte asked me. I paused my cooking, held Charlotte's hand, and said, "Daddy will come home, but he seems very busy with work. I think he'll be late again." "Really? It's just you and me until bedtime?" "Yes, just the two of us." "Yay. Can we watch the cartoon we recorded together?" "Of course, but you'll have to finish dinner and take your bath first, okay?" "Yes, I can't wait." Excited, Charlotte went to the living room to help prepare for dinner. She was humming while she set the tablecloth. It was clear she was glad about Daniel coming home late. Seeing this left me with mixed feelings as a mother. It's understandable why Charlotte feels distant from Daniel. He only comes home to sleep, leaving hardly any time to even talk. We used to go out as a family on weekends, but the last time we did that was more than a year ago. Daniel's job is very demanding, with frequent weekend work that reduces time at home. On rare times he has days off, he will go somewhere alone. If he did stay home, he'd lock himself in his room, looking at the internet or watching movies. This has been the situation for about a year. With hardly any family time or conversations between Daniel and Charlotte, I've been trying to keep the balance every day by intervening. Charlotte will soon turn 5. If this continues, the gap between them might widen, leading to a broken father-daughter relationship. In the past, we used to go out as a family. Charlotte adored Daniel. I wish we could go back to that time when the father-daughter relationship was always filled with smiles. With that thought, I decided to wait up for Daniel to come home from work. It was past midnight when he came home. When I greeted him, he looked annoyed. I was irritated by his attitude, but calmed myself and started the conversation. "Daniel, I've been wondering. It's been about a year since you had a proper conversation with Charlotte, hasn't it?" "Really? But there's nothing in particular to talk about. Even so, you're Charlotte's father. I wish you'd show her some love. Her friends talk about going out with their family. But Charlotte doesn't even have conversations with her father. Don't you think that's too sad?" "Well, What do you want me to do? I'm just away because of work. It's not like I'm out having fun. I know. I do understand, but I just genuinely feel bad for Charlotte. Daniel, looking annoyed, took a deep sigh and sank deeply into the sofa. As I sat next to him to have a proper conversation, he loosened his tie and spoke sharply. Look, I'm really busy, and now's not the time. I'm up for a promotion. I know you're focused on your work and I see your passion. But I just wish you'd care more about our family too. I know you have to work on weekends too, but can't you take at least one day off? Why don't you get it? I want to get promoted first. I'm working hard for this family. I know, but I hesitated, wondering if I should continue. I've always seen Daniel working hard for a promotion. But now he seems to only think about work, and it feels like the family doesn't matter to him anymore. I understood how Daniel felt, but I was worried not just about his relationship with Charlotte, but also that our family might fall apart. Feeling anxious, I took a deep breath and conveyed my feelings to him. I truly understand that you're busy and that you're working hard for the family. But can you please take one day off for Charlotte's birthday? Oh, why? First Sunday next month. Charlotte's birthday is on Friday. But we both have to work on weekdays. So I want to take her out and celebrate on Sunday. I can't promise anything now. I don't know my schedule for next month yet. And if you don't know next month's schedule, that means you don't have any business trips or weekend work scheduled, right? Please take just one day off for Charlotte. After my persistent requests, he reluctantly agreed, saying, fine. I knew he just wanted to end this conversation and that he was in a bad mood. But I was still happy. The next evening at dinner, I asked Charlotte, hey, Charlotte, your birthday is coming up, right? What do you want as a present? Yay. I want to make ice cream at home. I'm guessing that's an ice cream maker. All right, let's go look together. I'm excited. Charlotte was beaming as she enjoyed her steak for dinner. I thought this might be a good time to ask her something. So I paused for a moment and asked, Charlotte, how about we invite Daddy and go out together on your birthday? With Daddy. But he's always working, right? For your birthday, Daddy is taking a day off. So, how about the three of us go somewhere you'd like? Really? I wanted to go to an amusement park. And then, that's where we will go. You can choose any place you want, as long as it's not too far. Really? Shay, thank you, Mommy. I'm so happy. Showing her joy with her entire body and fidgeting, saying things like, Daddy, will he really be able to come? It will be the three of us. Charlotte looked incredibly adorable, and I, being with her, became happy as well. Because we had been spending less time together. I thought she might not know how to interact with her father. However, it seemed young Charlotte was just trying hard to hide her loneliness. The idea of going out as a family seemed to bring her more joy than I had imagined. On a regular day before the outing weekend, Daniel returned home earlier than usual. Then, with an apologetic tone, he began, Natalia, I have something to tell you. I had a bad feeling, and after a moment of silence, he hesitantly began speaking. I know I was supposed to take Sunday off, but I now have to go on a business trip from Thursday to Sunday. What? Are you serious? It's Charlotte's birthday. And you promised to keep it free so we can go out together. I know. But the person who was supposed to go now couldn't, and I was the only one able to take his place. But still, you could have said no. Do you know how much Charlotte was looking forward to spending time with you? How can I do that? I wasn't in a situation where I could refuse. Daniel raised his voice in anger, even though Charlotte was already asleep in the next room. Daniel, calm down. Charlotte is already sleeping. So lower your voice. Trying to calm him down proved futile, and Daniel continued to shout. You work in a laid-back company with no overtime work. My company is different. The race for promotion is severe, and my future depends on how quickly I move up. And what does promotion even mean? Sure, work is important, but what about us? Your family? Isn't it a wife's job to support her husband? People working in a laid-back environment will never understand what I'm going through. And what the hell? Can't you at least come back early on Sunday? That's impossible. The business trip is in Boston. One way takes 5 hours by train. This can't be changed, so just go without me on Sunday. Wait, Daniel! Ignoring my plea, Daniel left the room. All that was left were my sighs. I didn't know how to tell Charlotte that her father won't be around for her birthday. Time passed without telling her. On Thursday night, when Daniel left for his business trip, I decided to tell Charlotte, Mommy, about the amusement park on Sunday. Charlotte, I have to apologize. Daddy won't be able to come with us. He's gone to Boston for a business trip from today until Sunday. So, does that mean Daddy won't be around because of work? Yes. I'm sorry. Will it be okay if it's just the two of us? Of course, we'll have lots of fun together. After a moment of silence, Charlotte's hesitant reply was a clear reflection of her genuine feelings. Although she was pretending to be okay, she surely wanted to go as a family. She was just being considerate to my feelings. Realizing this, I felt a pang of guilt and was about to cry. Seeing Charlotte trying hard to smile in front of me, I held it together. I will make sure Charlotte has the best time on Sunday. It might just be the two of us, but it doesn't matter. One day, Daniel will regret this. On Sunday, the day of the amusement park visit, Charlotte woke up early and started preparing on her own. We left the house at 7 a.m. to enter the park as soon as it opened. She was having a great time at the amusement park she had been looking forward to. But I noticed Charlotte's face was looking a bit red. I got worried, so I stopped her as she tried to move ahead. Charlotte, come to Mommy. What is it? As Charlotte tries to move forward, Natalia grabbed her arm and placed her hand on Charlotte's forehead. It's very hot. Her entire body is... Charlotte, you're burning up. Are you okay? Why didn't you tell me? I'm not feverish. Let's next go ride the merry-go-round. Charlotte, I think we have to go to the hospital right now. You have a very high fever. No, I was looking forward to today. Well, Charlotte... Wait, Charlotte collapses on the spot. She must have been pushing herself too much. Feeling guilty for not noticing sooner, my immediate concern is Charlotte. I hurriedly carried her and drove to a university hospital. At the reception, I informed them it was our first visit and explained Charlotte's condition. Then rushed to the pediatrics department. Charlotte's fever was already over 100 degrees. She was immediately treated with an IV drip and was told she needed rest. We'll look after her, so take a short rest yourself. Thanks to the nurse's kind words, I began to feel a bit more at ease. After purchasing some necessary items for Charlotte, I decided to take a short break. As I walked through the hospital, I heard a familiar voice. When I looked in that direction, I saw someone I didn't expect. Huh? Why is Daniel here? I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Daniel was supposed to be on a business trip in Boston. And yet, he's in a hospital in a neighboring state of New York. That wasn't it. What shocks me even more is that next to Daniel, a mother and child sit close together. Mom, after this, we're going shopping at the mall, right? Yes. With Dad? Yay. We are soon going to be a family of 4. I'm excited. That's right. You're going to be a big sister. From what I overheard, the woman is pregnant with her 2nd child. It was just starting to show. Daniel gently and joyfully caressed her belly. The mother and child were smiling at Daniel, and Daniel was smiling back. To anyone else, they would seem like a happy family. But I knew the truth. The bizarre scene right in front of me was my husband, sitting cozily with an unfamiliar mother and child. There's no way I can pretend I didn't see this. I bit my lower lip hard and clenched my fists, trembling with anger. Now I see. All the business trips and working on weekends were all a lie. Unforgivable. He kept betraying me and Charlotte all this time. I slowly approached him from behind, step by step, and called out, "It seems your business trip ended earlier than expected." Hearing my voice, Daniel turned around with a surprised face. It looked like he just saw a ghost. His face goes pale, and with all his might, he manages to speak. Natalia, why are you here? Charlotte and I went to the amusement park. But she had a high fever and is now being treated with IV. Why are you here, Daniel? Who are these people? When I confronted Daniel, the woman next to him went pale and looked down. Then the child asked me with a curious look, "Who are you? Are you a friend of Mom and Dad? Hello. What were you doing here today?" We came for a checkup on the baby in Mom's belly. Dad is always busy with work, but he always comes to the hospital with us. Really? I see. I see you love your mom and dad very much. Yes, we are going to the amusement park soon. Right, Dad? Daniel, realizing he was in a tight spot, forced a smile. Then the child excused herself, saying she needed to go to the restroom. I saw this as a perfect chance to press Daniel for answers. What's going on? Explain right now. Wait, it's not like that. This size. From what I hear, you are the dad of her and the child in the belly, right? You always told me and Charlotte you were working late and on a business trip. What a liar. Wait, calm down. I don't intend to leave you, Natalia. Enraged, I grabbed Daniel by the collar, pulled his face close to mine. With a cold, stern voice, I declared, "Are you mocking me? Forget about me. How long do you intend to betray Charlotte? This worthless man is a father. What a joke. You can't even properly raise your own daughter. And yet you're having other children outside marriage. You're the lowest of the low. Natalia, please forgive me. It's not like that. Forgive you? How shameless can you be? Charlotte and I will never forgive you. When you get home, sign the divorce papers immediately." I left after pushing Daniel away. With Charlotte, who recovered from her fever, I stopped by the city office to get divorce papers. Once we got home, I carefully explained the situation to Charlotte. It was a heavy topic for a 5-year-old, but she seemed to understand, saying, "I'm glad it's not you that's leaving." Huh? You never looked happy when you were talking with Dad. I don't care what happens, as long as I'm with you. Are you sure? I thought you loved Dad. Yes, but I love you more. So anyone who hurts you is someone I hate. Charlotte, thank you. Looking at Charlotte smiling warmly, I struggled to hold back my tears and hugged her tightly. Shortly after, Daniel and I divorced. I made sure to demand compensation from both Daniel and his pregnant mistress. Daniel kept saying things like, "We have a child, and there will be a baby born soon," pleading desperately for a reduction for alimony, but I firmly refused. I had no intention of lessening his pain or letting him have the upper hand in negotiation. After all, it was his continuous unethical actions that led us to this point. I later learned that Daniel was regularly taking time off work to visit his mistress. Soon after our divorce, his peers came to know about this, and his credibility plummeted. Naturally, his path to promotion was completely cut off. I heard that his colleagues began looking at him with disdain and gossiping behind his back. Did you hear? Daniel made kids with another woman even though he had a wife and child. Seriously? That's disgusting. Not only is he incompetent at work, but he also lacks common sense. He's useless anyway. I wish he'd just quit already. LOL. Even with these whispers behind his back, he stayed on his current job to pay the alimony. I wonder how long he can hold on. I'll just stand by and watch as an outsider. As for me, to start a new life with Charlotte, we moved to an apartment near my workplace. My parents visit us regularly, ensuring Charlotte isn't lonely and taking care of her. Becoming a single mother means that there might be moments when Charlotte feels sad or alone in the future. However, I want to ensure that we never reach such a point.